Alright, so the day's here. I'm going to try and give this a red hot go before I get rained on. But first things first, got to have the proper attire. Okay, now while any flannel will do, a red one is preferred. Timberland boots are also essential and are actually preferred over steel caps for some reason. But in all seriousness, hearing protection, eye protection, boots. I'll see what I can do about not dying, eh? Okay, so here's how these brackets are going to work. The idea being that, of course, there's no flat reference for your first cut. So I'll have to measure down a little bit, put this bracket on. Right, I'll use this as a reference for level. Do the same at the other end. And then I'll show you how the rails go on, and that's going to work. Alright, so brackets are on front and back, both level. And these rails should, boom, sitting here just like that. 1, 2. There we go. Alright, and the reason I'm leaving all this excess hanging off this end is just because I don't have room down there. I can't move the log because I'm not as strong as I like to think I am. So from here on out, it's just about setting the milling rig up to a little bit deeper than the bracket height, because it would suck up and hit the brackets. And then yeah, let's do this thing. Alright, so somewhere in that shot I ran out of room on my memory card. But it was a lot of the same for a long time. It took a long time to get through that cut. This timber has been sitting out in the weather for a long time, so it's probably pretty moist. But I got through there in the end. So now I have to pop the rails off, brackets off, crack her open and have a look. Boom! That's actually gorgeous. Check that out. Now this piece, I've definitely cut too thick. That's still really heavy, but I'm actually kind of excited about it. I think it could make something really cool. Yeah, but next time I'll definitely not make my first cut so thick. I'll kind of bring that close to the bracket. Other things I've learned is I need to be more careful. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, there's a gauge here, and of course the same on the remaining piece, gauges here and that. I think if I was more careful with my cutting, use better technique. I did ignore a lot of what I had learned on the tutorials and things I'd watched. I just kept pushing. I was just like trying to get through, and so a couple of things I was doing wrong was I was pushing, I was trying to get through, and they say not to do that. And the other thing I was doing, I was levering the chainsaw back and forth. They also tell you not to do that. So I think with my next cuts I just need to be a little bit more patient. But overall, I'm really happy with this. This is gorgeous. Beautiful. Alright, I had to put the GoPro on charge for a little while. So I've done a couple slabs while you guys were gone. I'm just about to do the final cut, so I'll video that as well for you guys. If you've watched previous videos, you guys would have known that I was a little concerned about what they call butt rot. So in through the end of the timber, if it's just left out in the weather for too long, moisture gets in and it starts to rot up the core. And unfortunately that is what's happened here. Kind of comes up to about here, it's completely rotten, and then all kind of even up to here is an area of concern. So this this whole piece of timber might be useless to me. Everything that way though should make a really nice coffee table or something like that. Yeah, so here we go. We'll make this last cut, and then I'll show you the slabs that we got, and then we'll move on to processing the timber eventually and making something out of it. Alright, there we go, all the milling complete. Some wins, some losses. Some of the timber should come up really nice. If you have a look at that, some of that will actually come up absolutely beautifully. Over here, we got 3 reasonable slab cut. Right. Now there is of course that rod issue that we'll have to work around, so not all of this will be usable. And then this is our first cut. Huge, big piece of timber that I might try and make into some heavy duty, real rustic looking thing. So that timber's all milled up now, and not gonna lie, it's a lot of hard work. I don't know if it looked like it, but just to maintain a hold of that chainsaw for 10-12 minutes per cut was a lot. Being bent over that whole time was a lot. Definitely learned a lot about cutting technique, how to use the chainsaw, when to use the wedges. I'll probably do a better cut of that first cut next time, which make all the following cuts easier. But all in all, I'm not too upset. Like I said earlier, there is that significant amount of butt rot coming up through one end. So to deal with that, either I can cut it and not use it as a bench top, I mean, maybe make table legs out of the pieces I can salvage, or I can try and get rid of all the rot, scrape it out, burn it out, do whatever I need to do to get rid of that, and then I can fill those parts with resin, sand that back, and it can be one of those kind of tables. But yeah, so that's the whole milling portion complete, and I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with how it's all kind of turned out. So the next part, while the timber dries out, is I'll probably have a look at maybe making some legs for the tables. So I want to make maybe a couple of coffee tables, a couple entry tables, varying sizes based on what parts of the slab are good. And I'll probably make those legs out of steel and just paint them satin black. So I'll bend them up, weld them up, paint them satin black. So they'll just be a very industrial, plain kind of look. Yeah, so that's probably what the next video is going to be about, is making those legs. And then maybe in a couple of weeks time or a month's time we'll start to look at that timber again.